Hello, my name is Craig and welcome to my channel. At the time of finishing off my nieces or great nieces and my nephews' guitars, I was also building this guitar as well. This is an experimental one. I didn't go to a lot of effort as far as appearance goes. It's a all Tasmanian blackheart sassafras guitar, including the top, which I don't think I've seen anywhere else. There might be some other people who've done it, but I just haven't seen them around. So I thought I'd give it a go just to see what it sounds like if you take away the spruce or cedar top you might use, but and see what it sounds like. So when I chose this top, I just grabbed one of the ones that that probably weren't so symmetrical as far as the pattern goes. You can see like this part here is not on the other side. You've got a whole lot of little black marks through the wood there. It also turned out to be rather uneven. It was about like 2.5, a little bit more on the sides, but actually in the middle area here it got down to about 2 millimeters, which is getting a little bit thin. So I couldn't thin it out the sides too much to fit there, so it is a little bit thinner in there, about 2 millimeters in there and 2.5 approximately around the sides and up the top. So it's a little bit uneven. You can even see it in the right light that there's a little bit of unevenness in it there. There's moving up through here, but it sounded not too bad. I mean, for a blackheart sassafras, it generally sounds pretty dead anyway. So I made this guitar. Rather than using nitro finish, I just used an oil finish on this one here, some true oil. It has, as I said, blackheart sassafras top, just a Indian ebony bridge, bone, bridge pins and saddle. The fretboard is granadillo, which is quite a very nice wood for making guitars with. And with fretboards, obviously it works as quite a hard wood, and it works quite well fretboards as well. I've used it on a couple others as well. And like most of mine, bone, nut. Haven't even put a truss rod cover over this one yet, but the tuners, they're Geica, Guyker tuners, Chinese ones. They're pretty cheap. They looked a little bit like 510, so I thought I'd just give them a go. They're a whole lot cheaper. I think they were about $50 or something. But they're not too bad. They keep it in tune, but a couple of the tuning keys are a little bit. Sometimes there's a little bit of a gap when you're turning it before it starts to move, etc. There's a little bit of that, but for the price they were okay. I wouldn't use them on my best guitars, but they're okay. On this one here, I actually used it was a walnut with green and black stripes. Now the problem with that is that I only had green and black stripes attached to walnut. I didn't have a green or white. I had white, but I didn't have any other green type of colouring, so it's a little bit harder to fill. So what I did for the back there, I just used those pieces of binding down the sides and put a little piece of other, I think it was mahogany wood there in the centre. It doesn't look too bad. On the back though, again I just chose a very what I thought was a very plain piece of wood, closer to the colour of what sassafras or blackheart sassafras really is. Keep in mind it's very different to the American one. There's virtually no similarities between American sassafras and Australian Tasmanian blackheart sassafras. But I just chose, I thought, a pretty mild, non-pattern type of back, only a little bit of figure, and the wood there is closer to what you find for sassafras, and you have some of the fungal discolouring that's occurred over here. But when I looked at it and actually put the true oil finish on it, I found that in the right light, I don't know if I'm going to be able to see this, but in the right light there's a whole lot going on in this white, or the light section of the wood. So I was a little disappointed then I didn't put more effort into it, but yeah, and when you look at this, I don't know if I can get this, but it looks almost like you've got, I don't know if some older people might remember trilobites that you had in school laboratories, and they show you the fossils of these trilobites. It looks a little bit like one of those when you get in the right light, coming down here, the eyes over here and the top of it. But it is actually quite a nice piece of wood. There's flame through it as well, which I didn't expect, didn't see. But it is what it is. That's what I made it with. So I just want to show you now what it actually sounds like, give you some idea what an all blackheart sassafras guitar sounds like. Okay, let's listen to how this all Tasmanian blackheart sassafras guitar sounds. Okay, that's the ALL Tasmanian Blackheart Sassafras GA guitar. I think it reminds me a little of a mahogany, all mahogany guitar. Different, but there are some similarities there. But it'll be interesting to see how this works out later in the year. Give it 6 months to a year and see how it settles in. Blackheart Sassafras tends to age fairly quickly and become much more mellow. So it'll be interesting to maybe hear it later in the year and see what it sounds like then. Okay, thank you for watching, and see you next time.